All right, so I'd asked you yesterday to come in with the odds ready to go. Gave you a few minutes here to try to finish those up if we needed it. Now what I've done, save us a little bit of time today. There's the first section. I just asked you to do odds. If you went ahead and did evens, we're going to be doing those, so it wasn't in vain. You didn't do extra work or anything. But the reason why I just wanted to start with odds was so we can make sure that each section is okay. So before you went ahead and did 12 problems in that top section, we just did half of them, and now we know, yep, I did them right. And now I feel good about finishing that other part. Or, I don't know so much how great that went. Okay, so check that top part. Check that top part. And then what I would like you to do, is go ahead and finish. Finish the top part. If something wasn't right, raise your hand, and we'll be around to help you out. So check out your top part. If it's okay, go ahead and finish it. If it's okay, go ahead and finish it. Let's go ahead and check your evens. How did the evens go? And again, this is something that you need to check on. And if something's not right, we're more than happy, guys. Get your hand up. We'll come around. Or raise your hand right now, and I can answer the question up here, too. But make sure you're checking. Make sure you're checking. If it looks okay, how we doing? Go ahead and check.
In the Philly, you've got one thing to do, and there is the 1,000 commas.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes mathematicians get lazy and we don't put those commas in there. How we doing, guys?
Everyone looks pretty good. Not good.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to sit where I sit, maybe just find them checking. I don't know. I'm just gonna say, no, I can go back. No, I'm not sitting by you. Why? You're so mean. You're
All right, are we checking out, guys? Are we good?
Yep.
Top section okay? Is the top section okay for everybody? No? Got a couple fixes we need to make? And that's okay, guys. Make those changes. It's one of the reasons why we always want to use pencil in math. And if we make those changes, then this sheet is a good resource for us. If we don't change something, if we make a mistake or ask the question why it's wrong, it's not going to help us out. Okay, we don't just want to do these to, hey, let's get them done. We want to make sure we're understanding what's going on. That's why we practice. Okay, it's just like a sport. It's just like if you're in choir. It's just like if you're in the fall play. You got to practice. It's how we get better at things. So top section. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to move on from the top section. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to move on from that top section. Good, good. Okay, so let's check out the second section. The only answers I have filled in right now are the odd numbered ones I asked you to start with. So check that second section, just the odds. If your odds are okay, finish the evens. If your odds are okay, go ahead and finish the evens. Either I didn't finish 21 or my pen didn't write, one of the two. All right, B to the fifth and a C. There we go. Now 21 looks good. Thank you, guys.
Are we good now?
See, that's why we got to ask those questions. Even Miss Golly makes mistakes. Let's go ahead and check that middle section. You might be thinking, Miss Golly, number 18, you made me mad with number 18. I did. I threw a tricky one in there on you guys because I wanted to make sure that we really understand the property. I don't just see two exponents and add them together. It's only if we have the same base. It's only if they have the same base.
real quick, check your answers.
So again, just make sure you're checking. There's only 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 5 of them to check, so not a lot to check. Not a ton to check at all. Not a ton to check.
Because the bases are different, yeah.
Let's go ahead. That bottom section is super short, so is the one on the back. So let's get through correcting these. I don't know why that moved on me. Go ahead and check your bottom section. There's not many to check. We will talk about number 29, so go ahead and check. And we will talk about number 29. And actually, I'm just going to go ahead and erase number 29. Number 29 was meant to be challenging. It kind of put together the powers property and the product property we just did. Kind of threw those two together. So we have just this short section, and we have the one on the back, guys, and then we will take a little break before we quiz. I promise. We will take a little break before we quiz. But this is where those of you guys that are like, I'm antsy, I want to take a break, I want to take a break. If you come in with your stuff finished, we don't have to spend 10, 15 minutes waiting for us to get our stuff finished. We would have already taken a break by now. We'd be done checking. We'd be taking our break. We'd probably be done with our quiz. So if you guys don't come in prepared, that takes us more class time. That's less break time for us. The quiz is, it's either 5 or 6 questions. It's not huge. Just a little quiz. If your bottom section is okay, let's talk about number 29. Number 29 puts together the property we just did with this one. Take a look at 29. We're going to multiply our exponents. 9 times 5 is 45. And then 3 times 2 gives me 6. So I used my multiplication property, right? I multiplied. Now these two are being multiplied. They have the same base. Now I can take those exponents and I can add them together. That one was meant to be a little more challenging, but I know some of us out there, we're ready for stuff like that, and I want you to see stuff like that. That's combining two of our properties. We had to multiply our exponents first, then we had to finish it off by adding. There's not going to be anything like that on your quiz, but I want you guys to start seeing more stuff like that. So go ahead and finish off. There's only 3 questions in that bottom section I need you to do. Only 3. If you have questions on the others, guys, let me know. Then we just have the back section, and yep, we can take a break before our quiz. You're looking at, I wrote them in red so they stand out more. There we go. Sorry, I wish I would have thought of that idea sooner. Number 28. I got a lot of questions on number 27. Miss Golly, where'd that 16 come from? Where'd that 16 come from? Remember that 4, guys, has an exponent of 1. So I have to do 2 times 1. So in number 28, very similar thing. There's a 1 there. So I have to do 2 times 1. So I get 8 to the 2nd power, and then we just put 8 to the 2nd power in our calculator, and boom, we've got 64.
I know, I didn't get 4 either.
8 to the 2nd power, not 8 times 2. 8 to the 2nd power. Be careful, not 8 times 2. Be careful on that one. Be careful on that one. Other questions. That was the big one that I noticed as I walked around, was just missing that 1 there. All right, guys, flip it to the back. We're almost done. Then we'll take a break and we'll come back, take a short quiz. It's like 5 questions.
So you take a short quiz and a long break?
We should just get the quiz done right away.
Whoops. There we go. Now on the back as you're checking. On the back as you're checking. I did not make a mistake on 31. It's top exponent minus bottom. Tomorrow we're going to start looking at what we do with negative exponents. So today I want us to see some a little bit. It's the top exponent minus the bottom. It's the top exponent minus the bottom. So 2 minus 7, put in your calculator if you need to, that's fine. Again, I'm not testing you guys, can you add, subtract, multiply, divide? I'm looking at exponent properties.
So once you have those 3 done on the board, you should be working on the other 3.
Yep, if you've got those 3 checked, work on the other 3. Then we'll check them. All right, let's check these last 3. There we go. There's our last 3. There's our last 3. So go ahead, check yours.